So formality is done. Namaste, Pavel.
Namaste, namaste, Guruji.
Sleeping a lot?
Oh.
So, did you research anyone about this topic before now?
Yes, I think that yes, I start reading some books and
okay, I give a background over which
yes.
whatever you have researched, you see where you can put your input, no? And then we can talk about. So first, I just shape your vision about which we are talking, and in a pragmatic way, this knowledge we can apply on making an oasis, a small community, a healing center, or wellness center, or mental therapy. So pragmatically, no? So we have a purpose of study that where this knowledge will be applied, whatever we are discussing. So in order to do so, I will be throwing light on the structure of the mind, how mind develops, what our study is all about. We are studying about model of the universe, means in a way physics and metaphysics, both together. And we are working on the two dimensions, spiritual and material, and all the time finding a pragmatic link. So if we equation, no? We call it equation, or in the tantric language, is tantra, no? The thread which is connecting the two dimensions together, and each dimension affecting each other. So how we are studying it? Like in the modern psychology, say modern psychology, Western psychology. Western psychology giving treatment or therapy over a theory that each person with the sense organ interacting with the environment, creating a map of the world. On the basis, this is a theory that every person, this is universally applied, that each person, each live cell, even living, jiva, each jiva, and we are studying about us, so each jiva which is alive, continuously mapping the world.
Mapping or creating?
No, mapping. It's a concrete science. Creating we will see later, in which there is a creation that will become other dimension we will mix. No, so very concrete in a pragmatic way that we are mapping the world. Like amoeba there. So with his whatever senses it has, is sensing the environment and creating a map in his mind to act or react. So this process continuously going on. So the eyes we have, so with eyes is involved in mapping the environment, where I am going, how much speed I have, no? So it's taking the map of the environment to do a movement. And how to do a movement. So how to do a movement is functional. When even we are not functional, how to do a movement, then we are pragmatic science. No? Mapping the world and how you move, so no role conflict, no emotional trauma, these accidents, avoiding damage to ego or mind and body. So this way it's pragmatic. How to drive. We are involving movement. And spirituality, non-movement. Two polarities there. No? There is a movement and there is a dimension where there is no movement. So, and we are combining both together. This is our work here. This is the purpose of this whole class, which we are going through and which we are working to connecting, finding equations, tantra, this to this, how they are correlating. This to this, what is in the middle thread, which is affecting both sides. So both sides appearing. So we are joining movement to non-movement. So in the movement process, modern psychology is fully useful. In this way, is if you move on this theory that we are continuously mapping the world, and according to that, we are making decisions. Here comes the Pavel point where spirituality comes. It says you are projecting, you are creating. You are not seeing the things as they are, and you are panicking. You are seeing the rope as a snake, which is not a snake, and you are panicking about it. Or sometimes you hold the snake by thinking it's a rope and it bites, then again you cry. So, but science cannot go, pragmatic science, if you go in a kind of a probability, no, we need actuality, no, actually. So in this theory, we have to combine both theory together. And that is our purpose here. So what model of universe you are having in your mind when you are not moving? That's the metaphysics. Now it's the metaphysics or quantum physics in subtle form, or metaphysics, which is beyond. So now we start to find correlation. We have to find now an extra work to find our correlation with these quantum theories also, or microscience also. But here we are relating very matter to energy directly, removing this, not bringing this modern science theories about quantum theories. If you want, we can take a class itself and how it can relate. But focus will be quantum knowledge, whatever is coming, and then relating it, finding equations that how it's relating to our spiritual dimensions. That's another class we will take. Here, very concrete and no concrete, movement and no movement. So for the movement, this theory is working very well for me, and I am doing all the therapy with this. So how I am doing therapy, that I say, oh, I realize person is fully convinced that I am seeing the snake. I, as a therapist, realize, oh, he's creating the snake. No? Two. So I'm approaching to say, oh, it's a snake. Yes, yes. How it looks like, it's doing left movement, it's doing right movement. I said, very nice, very nice. Let's catch the snake. I am a miraculous person. I am blessed. I can help you and to catch the snake. And then, what is there? Fear. We are dealing with fear. And then I apply therapeutic methods. No? Slowly bringing the person, pacing, leading, this, that, to catch the snake, to give such a confidence in the person that it catches the snake. The moment it catches the snake, it finds no, it's a rope. And enlightenment. That's my therapy style. So what I'm doing, applying Tantra methods and perception. So I'm changing the perception, but not by hypnotherapy and positive intentions and positive affirmations. Got the point? Eastern therapy and Western therapy is different. Two ways. So if Eastern therapy applying, I am giving confidence, building in another way. I know that perception will change, but if I convince them that you believe that this is not a snake, repeat this is not a snake, repeat this is not a snake, that's a different process of ego formation and psychological ego, and you will be dependent and more dependent, and there will be no possibility of awakening the intelligence in this process. So what to do? You must catch the snake by your hand. You say, I go another way. Even it is a snake, I am capable enough to hold it. So,
And what do you name if you want to become a snake?
pardon?
It's a part of the therapy when you see the snake, and another when you become a snake.
This is a methodology of therapy. This is a methodology. I'm not using that methodology of identification. We use both way, associative and dissociative way. We train the mind both way, to be associated in the moment, go into it and feel the pain. And then we apply another technique of disassociation where you will feel no pain. So that our point is to remove the trauma and pain and take the energy and transform it. It's painful to sit in front of a snake. No? Now you say, close your eyes and say Ave Maria, and visualize the pictures of Hanumanji or Shivaji or anybody, Allah or Ram, and pray for that fear will be gone. This is one way. The spiritual methodology, God therapy. You are the God, you are a snake, you are a buffalo. No, God therapy. This comes under the God therapy. So I'm not applying God therapy, actual. So I need to change the person and realization. I want person to be enlightened. So I just facilitate in a way using all my techniques and tricks and whatever I studied. That person gets courage and holds the snake and find, oh, this is the rope. And this is lifetime learning for the person. After that, person doesn't need therapy. It has realized the fear itself. It has, with one excuse of whatsoever trauma, doesn't matter. But with one excuse of any trauma which has happened in your life, if you do a proper approach, it can remove you the fear itself.
Yes, for me, this enlightenment, it's meant that to become a light. And if you are a light, so you can put your light in any fear, in any dark region, and see what is real, what is not real. And
yeah, but you need to have a courage for that.
Yes.
An inspiration for that, motivation for that. That is me to build. And that's why the person has come. The person has come for inspiration, for motivation, for this, to build. If it is there, he can explore by himself. So that's our work. Our work is not to convince about that you are seeing truth and real. You will fall with your client in a philosophical discussion which will never end. So there is no philosophy class there. That's a remedy. We need to apply. Person has come for remedy, exact remedy that can. So this is the process of remedy, which I call alchemy. The complete transformation, not just a therapy, where you are removed from one fear, but another fear is there. But another fear is there. Here, using one fear and going to the root of the seed of the fear itself. And using one to resolve all. And forever. Finish it off. Lifetime work. So that's Eastern way of working over an issue. What we are talking about is metaphysics. But this knowledge is coming from this metaphysics and physics combining together. That's our use in alchemy. Then one side is a zero, no movement. So person is in a state of no movement. When process is happening of transformation, person in the session is in a no movement state. And only that movement is taking place which needs to be moved. So whole energy. So it takes very small time of transformation. It takes few seconds to a few minutes. Maximum I have seen few minutes. Some person takes minutes and some take seconds to remove one trauma and cutting the root of this whole neuron process of processing, madhyama. So going beyond the madhyama, not being in the processing and fixing it. That's the therapy. By the time you fix one, another is created. You fix one problem, then by the time you are fixing one problem, another is surfacing already. Just because you are into that. So your movements itself creating another problem. The same like Buddha gives example that if you are like you want to calm the water of a pond, don't jump into it and try to settle the dust. So this is another way, conscious way, the way of the soul to fix the problem and see the situation, be enlightened. But here also we are working not as a therapist. That's what I want to understand pragmatically. There is no point applying this kind of therapy at the end of the life. Person can take the risk to know the truth. And once person realizes, yes, no point, then person at the end of the life can take any kind of risk to know the truth. So our thing is to build up and then to realize it. Methods we can apply a lot: associative, disassociative, imagination, God therapy, simple therapy. That's another issue. But here, person who is dying has to deal a lot with metaphysics rather than physics. It's more. So what? Same. He will have to have a model of the universe to create a map into the mind where he is going after death and where he is into that dimension before that. So if we divide into lokas, 118 lokas, then we need to give a model to the person to realize in which loka you are and in which loka you will go after the death, what will happen. So a model has to be practically represented. Model this way, 3-4 layers of model. One on a physical matter of model, which can be more correlated to astrology, how energy transferring between the planets and affecting the humans, or psyche in a physical world, how energy is traveling and affecting humans, and a model of diagram of anagram. Then you go through a process, a model. We don't need a model only of the sense organs to build the map of the world to drive safely without accident. We also need a model in the psychic world, same way, to drive safely, to know where exactly you are. So then we need divisions. From here to here, a completely zero, a completely full, going through 90, 80, 60, 70. So we can divide it into 12, 3, 5, 6, 7 in any way. Division is our intelligence to comprehend the division. If division is very small, you cannot recognize it. The difference between 100% black and 95% black is incomprehensible and not needed to divide a spectrum into 100. We go 10, we can easily pinpoint, oh, this is okay, onto this real, 40 to 60, 60 to 70. So it's a division of the intelligence which creates the model. How we will divide it to find a scientific methods so the person can realize it, calculates it, and it starts to make a map in the quantum world, which is metaphysical world. Same like we have a map in our therapy. Here is your ego. Here is your mind. Nowhere. Nowhere. But we are pointing it. We are dotting it. We are transforming it. We are changing it, correlating with the screen of the body. Making the screen sensations, body as a screen. We are seeing it in a metaphysical way and see it pragmatically. It's working. Nobody is seeing. I'm not seeing where is your ego and where is your mind and where is your trauma. No? Nowhere I'm seeing, but I'm seeing a pinch on your shoulder. So I got a reference point in the body. Whenever I pinch that ego, your shoulder also starts to work, reflect. So I got a connection so that I can communicate, manipulate, and change. That's a therapeutic programming way. So we say we are reprogramming the wiring, this trauma, this body parts, now the transactions. Then, so it's an alchemical process to keep on changing. First locate and then play around it. In that same way, in a metaphysical way, we need to pinpoint which loka you are, which color, which art you are showing in your mudras. So Kashmir Shaivism, you go, so it will divide it in 5 colors. Vigyan Kala, Shant Kala, Shantatit Kala. So it is dividing. So kala means here that you are into that sphere. So if you are transcending this dimension to another dimension, there is a path. This path we are dividing to talk about it as a science, metaphysical world. Same way, we are dividing the globe into 360 parts, not the earth. So globe is a metaphysics. So that model helping us to make changes in the earth. Same way, to make changes in our earth, which is this body, this mind, this ego, this intelligence, and this sense of I, which is a matter here. And there is something in another dimension. We need to find the link and map it out. Your energy body, this loka. Your Vigyan body, this loka. No? So, and with the referential point, we same way. No? If we change that something, we think about that loka, and here in the material world, something changing. Interconnectivity. For this, we need a metaphysical model to talk about it, to work about it. Nothing is divided. Actually, on paper, in our mind, in our concepts, we are dividing, correlating, finding a science. Then it's a science. Otherwise, it's a belief. Or that belief have a limit only to refurbish your ego. It cannot awaken the intelligence. Yes, assumption in a way, mathematical way, we say, I assume this is X, which I don't know, but proceed through a law of succession towards the answer. But if I just say, my assumed answer is X, and I remain on X, and say, this is the answer, that's a belief. If you don't do deductive method forward, if you don't make it forward, you can't believe or assume.
And can we apply 10 Mahavidya knowledge to this division?
Well, I am saying, first, we are talking about the model of the universe. If you want to take, if the Sri Yantra explains it, you need to explain where I am in this Sri Yantra right now, in which petal I am sitting. In Bhupura, am I on the gate? On which direction I am? On which petal I am? You first locate your GPS location. Then this GPS location, which is here, will connect to that loca. From that petal means that a space where it's connecting you in metaphysical. If you want to go with the 64 petals on this, yes, you know, I was doing sound therapy on 128 hertz. I applied on 4, 5, 6 people. That's on the 64 model. 128. No, that's different, little bit different. But there is a frequency on 64 model we can tune. So 64 into going 128. Oh, 128.
Yes.
Yes, I tried 128. Yes. 128, 256, and next octave is 256 double, 512. So Nashram, she bought this tuning forks based on 128, which is based on 64. That is based on Sri Yantra vibration. That is Sri Yantra vibration. It's very amazing. It's working. Vibration. But person going in deep sleep, to whomsoever I applied, within 1 hit or 2 hit and 3 hit, breath disappearing, like person going into the very directly to the deep sleep. But as a therapy, it's working. So I'm saying, yes, in the music, the way we divide, 2 octaves, 12 parts maximum. Indian music, we divide 22 modes. If you want to really, then 34 parts of a sound between 2 octaves, like 64 to 128. You can divide. But 12 is easy, or 7 is very easy. 5 is more easy. Less you divide, more less complex mind you will need to process. So division in India, we make very broad categorization for common people just to find yourself and move. not to go in details. If you go in detail, that means intellectual PhD, research, and your technology. Each division needs a noun, each division verb. So expansion unlimited. For common people, I would suggest go for minimum divisions. A person can understand one directly, the best. Then not to divide at least into male and female, or 3 or 4. So more we go further and further, like time in Tantra, we are dividing Kali in 12, Shiva in 5 acts. No? So division needed for us to understand, comprehend, same like the globe and this. If you go for 64, then Sri Yantra. So it's our choice. That's what I'm saying. On what criteria you are dividing, and pragmatically, if it is giving us a space and time connected to the soul, it must give me its remote. Then we are fully certain. Person is fully certain what he's preparing, what he's doing, where he's going, what could be the obstacles, how I can be fall down, not to drive, not to do. So do's and don'ts comes out. First, we create the model, metaphysical model. How sublimation process will go. We divide it in layers, in curtains, no? In a perception form. If you're seeing in the perception form, you will say, oh, layers of onion, one layer, one curtain, then another curtain, then another curtain, then another curtain. Oh, then the pure God. This way. So what analogy fits to the mind? We have 3 kinds of mind, which we can say visuals, like we need to divide the person, who the person is, and what model will be suitable for him to comprehend. So if we divide the mind in the faculty-wise 5, left, right, front, the back, and center, in a way, like broad categorization, function of the mind. So 5 kinds of function. One center, which is controlling all the 4, and 4 is back, right, left, right. No, this way, thinking in a cybernetic model where a center hub controlling all the periphery. So in which way we can divide the brain function in thousands, but 4 and 5 divisions. One central, 4 in parts. So 5 faces of Shiva, kind of.
It's like a pyramid. 4 on the basement and 1 on the top.
Yeah, on the top central. No? So like a pyramid. 4 sides it's coming, and in the top central. No? This commanding and all the 4 and relating to another antenna, no? Relating to another dimensions and channeling. And that's how. So this model is also nice. Any model we can adopt. So in this way, if this is a scientific model, we can give to everyone how your mind functions, your physics, which will relate to metaphysics. In that way, further we can explain the progress. Harmony, disharmony, how left is connected to right. So in a way, mind, no? Brain and mind, that equation we did already. So we are working on brain and mind equation from physics to metaphysics, and we can create a model. That on the theory that each mind will comprehend the same truth in a different way, because perceptions are filtered. And this is the only way you can understand this. Exactly here you are, and here you will go, but your movement and perception and experiences will be different. Because, first of all, your pyramidal structure of the mind, and second of all, your choices in the value system, and your own power, strength, and weakness of perception, which is depending on your own sense perceptions, visual, kinesthetic, auditory. You will see it, you will feel it, or you will listen it, depending on you, how you will experience the truth. Somebody is listening it, somebody is seeing it, somebody is feeling it. So in that way, we can chart out a progression map, pillars, experiences, and connections of this GPS location to another GPS location in another. So this is physics and metaphysical equations, same like brain and mind. And here is mind and the supermind. Equation between mind and the supermind, soul and the supreme soul, individual and universal experiences. So from individual experiences, person has lived whole life, psychological experiences, pain, pleasure, this, that. No? And now he is using another experiences from individuality to universality. So not interested in individual experiences, but interested in universal experiences. I as a whole human. I as a whole jiva, living kingdom. I as a plant kingdom. So I as this, I as this, I as this. I am this. You have to go through this experience in meditation. I am this, I am this, I am this. Whatever you see, oh, I am this. You see Lauren, oh, I am this. You see Hasnan, oh, I am this. Whatever you see, or you see the nature, oh, I am this. You see the Himalayas, oh, I am this. No? In this experience, you need to go through. This is also a model of which is saying to you how you are sublimating through experiences. Your I, expansion of I. And there is one model, Buddha giving contraction of I. This is disappearing completely. No? This is tantric model. Expansion of I. And going through these universal experiences, yes, they are different. Sometimes extreme pain. And after this extreme pain is extreme compassion. But before compassion, you have to go through the extreme pain. So this, when you identify, I am the whole human, then you will have to go through this all pain of the whole humanity has done. Extreme pain that will kill you as a human. And then when you come out and see another human, you say, my God, if ever this person will follow the path, this person has to go through such a pain. And then what you will feel? Compassion. Nothing else. Nothing else except compassion. Whatsoever the person be, you will be finally feeling compassion. Because you are seeing that this person is hiding extreme pain in his heart. And moreover, he is also not aware of it. More compassion. So when you see somebody already sick and suffering and dying, you cannot feel anything else except compassion. Whatever you will do, your act will be compassionate. If you go near to the person, you run away, what you will do, or here, action is irrelevant. Any act will reflect your compassion. as we say, because your operating center has changed. So whatever the operating center, if you operate from that center, it will feed the center back. The more you act, more compassionate you will feel, and more compassion you will have, because you are operating from compassion. Same way, if you are operating from anger, whatever you do, it will keep on feeding the anger. If you are operating from love, so we need to, that's an awareness point. That's a methodology of sublimation and enlightenment to be aware of. Here we are at a point of that model of how we are dividing the truth into layers, into curtains, into this, many analogy there. So we can use it, but make them understand that this is not the truth. By dividing the globe, it's not the truth that the earth is divided. Pragmatically, it's useful, this division. So a suitable division that can be connected to any kind of mind. Even left brain is weak, even front vision is not there, even back memories not functioning properly, instinct not working. No, but still it can fit. So a very simple categorization. Understanding is that all the religions which are representing to us these metaphysical models, if you take it as a belief, it is useless, harmful. Understand that these divisions are made for us to comprehend and to do something right now in this body. Nothing can happen after this body. So if you want to ascertain things, where, what way you want to travel, where you want to end up, please do it here. And experience it. So you will have the glimpses of what you will experience after death. In a way, you are having a glimpses. What kind of feeling you will have, what kind of locus it will be, what kind of people you will meet. So you will just getting glimpses of it, and you will be happy. You should be happy with this much you are getting it. That will give more confidence. So building a pragmatic way of checking where the person is after the death. He will be exactly there where he will die. Exactly in the same point he will be there where the death will happen. And already person knowing that I am at this point. So we are knowing the death point. Then only we can begin pragmatically into metaphysics. Otherwise not. Combining knowledge together of this pragmatic way, using all Western model in a behavioristic way to execute actions with the sense, and this model what I'm talking, we can take Shri Yantra on the basis of 64, or we can go 12, 108, any division, any number we can choose, which suits us with all our analogy together.
And is it connected? Of course, how it connected with Amrit bija? I mean, it's Amrit. It's also is division, or it's the
Amrit bija is division. One is being divided into many seeds. One for jiva, one for plant, or one for this, one for mountain, or one for all elements, different, one for 5 elements. They are so it will be produced. It will be produced through a seed. So this seed is a code. We as a human cannot experience it on the Only we can experience it when it comes to the sensation of element of akasha from void, and then immediately touches us. When it touches us on the air element, so between akasha and air, there is a death pause in experience, spiritual experience. There's a death pause because akasha is everywhere. So you arrived in this body, but only in the empty spaces. From this empty spaces, the moment its touch comes, touch will come through breath is needed. Air is needed. So then your breath was stopped when you do that, and you were in a pause of that moment. The moment you come to this touch part, and it takes time. There's a time gap when your breath starts to physical breath. Physical breath will start to move. Then you have all these experiences only when you are coming to your own level, no? So the moment breath starts, then you start to see, then mind starts to, but mind is not divided, it's in one. It is not connected to motor organs. So mind is not in a functional mode. Mind is in a one mode, one mind, that is manas, not divided into any faculty of 1, 4, 5, 6, no division there. It has not gained progression. So it's a manas. So our experiences is, and what we are talking about and what we can talk about is only manas. When elements fire come, I started to see. The basic is touch. To the touch is the very fundamental in experience. Touch. Through touch, everything has developed. Like all animal have developed through the sense of touch. So all organ will develop later. To Makasha, first organ will develop in the body, that is the touch, sense of touch. After the sense of touch, when it will fire, it will go and rub the body, the fire is come. Then we see the light. Then we see the light in any of the form, but then you start to see the light. When this fire will start to burn and the breath is moving, then you feel emotion, love or compassion or whatsoever. Extreme, the body's extreme love, then it comes in a water, and then body absorbs it forever in neurons in a physical way, and your code has changed. Bija, Amrit bija, is combining with your genetic codes, communication. Then after whole life, you have to do sadhana to live both together and learn how to descend, how to ascend, how to learn. This is the only joy you have after that. How to descend properly. Sometimes you fall down. Oh my God, I break. Then again, climbing. So only joy you have, you climb up, you climb down, you climb up, you climb down. Different way of feeling bored. Now I climb up with different shoes, with different things. So just having fun in the life until you want to live. It's only fun. If you want to live 500, you're enjoying very much up and down. You say, oh, I will live more. Not enjoying, I don't want to live anymore. So more art you develop, after that, more you will like to live, to experiment, to do different movements, somehow. Different way of descending, different way of ascending, different methodology, different philosophy. This is the only thing you will have. If you want to have fun with that, welcome. No? And this is the way we will guide people. This is the essential knowledge, a vision, a perception. And then after, person may find its own model. Like this, and give them 10 models. Look, this is the way you can divide the globe. Choose any one which suits to your mind. So we can only have to develop like on kinesthetic senses. If you go from three models, which will be suitable for perception people of eyes, they will like, oh, this is, I can understand, visualize, no? Map it out. Or go with Ayurvedic way, kinesthetic model, Kapha, Pitta, Vata, more feeling wise. So we can create, this is the way we are dividing the path. You like it, you can sense it. If something like this has happened in your life, as an indicator, that means you adopt this model. So any model which is making sense to you and relating to your real experiences of life, this is the way you should build your model of metaphysics. And that's how you can sense where you are, and you can sense, and we can also sense. Or we come with one model, Shri Yantra, and let them know this will be our job to let them know this is your pattern. This is your logo. This is where, or there are many where you want to die. Choose. Or you just want to die at the center. Dot. The Gopura, the Yoni. And then that means you are going beyond. Forever, you are not coming back. If you go through that, you will never come back. It's a black hole. Nobody returns. Or you want to enjoy life, be on any one pattern. Have fun. Take 64 incarnations. Oh, this incarnation, I lived this loka. Next, another one. Next, another one. Next, enjoy.
I try to feel what is the taste, what can be the taste of Amrita. And I realized that it's a taste of enjoyment.
Joy, yeah. Perfect
Joy.
bliss.
Yes.
Like bliss infinitum, that is the Amrit bliss. That
Yes.
kills you everything. It kills your intelligence, your ego, your mind, your formations, the neurons, the body. It kills everything in one experience. That's just bliss. Ananda.
Yes, and you can find this bliss in many different form, and maybe it's the purpose of practice is to find the bliss and
That's
to
a tantric
enjoy.
way.
And it's a recipe for longevity and to find the joy, to recognize the joy.
No, this is the wherever simple tantra technique. Wherever satisfaction is found, at this very point, this is me. That's how you connect. You will go through, this is me. I am this. This process you will go. So whether it's found satisfaction when you are very thirsty and you take a glass of water, and that's, you are reaching where? Exactly at the center, where your senses are taking you, to the sense of satisfaction. Who is? Sense of satisfaction only belongs to soul. To sense organs belongs different thing. Heat, cold, this, that it is adoptable or not adoptable. The informations and the knowledge through senses, you are drinking water, it's saying adoptable, not adoptable, warm, lukewarm, sour, sweet, clean, not clean. This is sense organs. But once you take the help of this sense organ and drink it, the satisfaction will reach soul. So sense organs can carry you to the God consciousness, provided you don't look here and there, look exactly where sense organs are taking you at this very point, this. And then you have a glimpse of that bliss. Sure. It's a more quantity. And you have a less quantity. Same, you sneeze. After sneezing, there. Whatever. Small particle of time, but it is there. After having sex, after urinating, when you are fully full bladder, after stool passing, when it's completely done, after drinking a glass of water, meeting a friend suddenly you not expected, unexpected meeting. Life is full. You need to be aware, pick up, and increase the quantity. And then one quantity, you keep on going beyond. After some quantity, your body will start to object. Going against your mind will stop. After if this more increases, mind will stop interfering, giving feedback to ego. More increase, ego will die. More increasing, intelligence will die. More increasing, the soul will die and disappear forever. This is bliss. And we need a model of bliss, a universal model which keeps on connecting us, not losing the path. This is say not losing the path, means not losing the everyday bliss. The moments of picking up the bliss, we say like a swan picking the pearls. Not eating the garbage. In the garbage, in the mud, picking the pearls. Like a swan. It's also a great analogy to denote a person on the path like this.
One is Hamsa.
Yeah, Hansa. Hansa yoga.
Hansa
Hansa
breathing.
yoga. Hansa yoga.
Hamsa breathing.
Yeah, same also Hansa breathing. Taking the pulse, not wasting. So not wasting the breath. So if they are picking the pulse on each breath.
And what is the opposite of bliss? What we should avoid, or what is the negative part of this?
Guilt. Guilt is the full poison of nectar, complete poison of nectar. It can destroy any bliss. Guilt.
Krishnaji, what about so those like sociopaths who have no guilt? I'm muted. Can you hear?
Yes, but a little bit only. Can you increase your voice?
Sorry, maybe let's see. Naza, let me. How about now? Is it better now? No, still quiet. Okay.
No. You are not quiet, but you are low, so you can ask
Yeah,
more
listening,
loud.
but very little. Volume. Somehow volume is missing.
Microphone. How about now?
Yes. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I think for some reason it was automatically adjusting my microphone. What about, because you just said guilt is the opposite of bliss.
No, not opposite, but I'm saying that if the guilt is there, it won't allow you to experience.
Okay.
Like we can't say opposite like happiness and sadness. No, they are opposite. But
so
there is no opposite of this bliss.
Okay.
Obstacles. The most obstacle to experience this bliss can be guilt. The fear could be, the anger could be, there are many others. But this is the maximum it can give you the obstacle. Because in anger also you can go to bliss. If you go to the extreme of anger, many yogis using it, techniques to bring in the extreme of the angers, that as much your body can handle the anger. And from there, you cannot go more, and then you go beyond. Even they're meditating, looking with full anger on the concentration. Bringing all the anger into eyes, into the face, and looking into sun, going to the extreme part. So you can go, but I have never read somebody has gone to consciousness through guilt.
Right. So what
or
about
grief?
Yeah. What about someone?
I mean, these are very killing. Like not leaving any avenues that if you increase the guilt to 100%, It can take you to bliss, I don't know. Through the anger, possible. From attachment, also possible. If you bring the attachment to the 100% as a law, it will disappear. So bringing an emotion, shad doshas, like 6 vikaras, kam, krodh, lobh, moh, matsari. If we increase it, intensify it, there is a possibility to attain enlightenment to that. But here, I didn't find anything with, if we intensify the guilt and let you feel guilty very much, maybe. You implore so much, or maybe. So vikaras, my point is that vikaras which have opposite, if we go to the extreme, in India we have been experimented that each vikaras, if you take it to the extreme, can lead you. From there you can go beyond it.
Does that apply to like hedonism as well? So someone who is just unconsciously seeking like worldly pleasures, they have no guilt, they have no kind of morality associated with it, and they're just seeking pleasure, like material, whatever, material pleasure or transient pleasure. Is that a pathway as well?
No. Path begins with awareness.
Awareness.
The path of consciousness will begin with consciousness and awareness.
Right.
Yeah, it happened that accidentally Kundalini can be awakened, like in the pranic energy, something fall down, some hit on the brain, sometimes too much intoxications, and through that one can go to a spiritual experience. So anything extreme or accidentally, something may happen. Or a person can just go opposite of this, like complete opposite of the path. That can happen. But we are talking about a path we are consciously choosing, not accidentally happening. People making choices and coming to us. They have already made a choice, awareness, consciousness there. What they are making choice, what is their purpose. Not that accidentally. No, like accidentally also may happen that I meet a person on somewhere, and it may happen. But here we are consciously choosing a path, consciously choosing the moral. We are bridging physics and metaphysics. No, we cannot be one-sided.
I think if we put guilt and awareness, it came as a taboo, a religious taboo. So there is a guilt and you try to avoid crossing this taboo.
Yeah, so if you will meditate, so you will start meditating. The moment you go deeper, I am this, I am human. You can't deny this path. I am human. You cannot deny this idea, no? So once you say go to the collective, I am human, means all the human, any human which has ever acted is part of you. They're good or bad. Then you have to go through both ways, and then you will have to go through this process of pain, of suffering. Joy, one side happiness, and one side also suffering. And there, yes, you will also have to go through this guilt. The humanity might have a guilt. Or if you go through a religion, Christianity might have a guilt. Muslim might have a guilt. Hinduism might have a guilt. Something you might have done wrong, unethical. Or you go through your clan, your family, your country, you might have a guilt of doing wrong, misusing power. Who is here who cannot say that I have not abused the power?
And then comes Aghori, which avoid any taboo. They destroying any taboo.
Yeah, this is just because once you meditate, you say, oh, this is the very poisonous thing. And then in a reaction, you can say, let's destroy it. But that is a methodology. Aghori is a methodology. It's not the only answer. It is one of the answer seekers following this methodology based on this philosophy of observation of transformation on the part experimented in India, made in India. Experimented. I don't know any other country will allow you to experiment like this. So India allows any kind of bizarre mind to experiment with it, but under a theory, under a law.
Okay.
This metaphysics we need to inculcate. Purpose is to awaken the intelligence, not to impose a system. So see you next Saturday. Suggest me. You did not give any input, so maybe next Saturday. You now it's a big thing. Think about it. Now research, you will find different things, no?
Yeah.
Because vision is clear, direction is clear. Your mind knows what to pick up. Otherwise, if you don't know what to pick up, and this ChatGPT and this Google uncle, and you go into, you will end up, who knows, no? So you must know what to pick up, like a swan. Pick up the pulse from vast garbage of knowledge. And then come out next Saturday, and let's see what comes to me for the next. So, yeah. See you. Pavel, I didn't find time. This 10 o'clock are not working with me.
Yes. Okay,
On Sunday.
maybe
So
later.
other day, and please choose another time.